Hey, on your knees everyone, and today I have a very special battle to cast. I was lucky enough to play 2v2 multiplayer battle against the Turin the Great and the Tokshen the Great themselves. So Turing was kind enough to invite me and one more guy to play, to test drive some of those new units, in a 2v2 battle. So let's see how this went. So yeah, and me and my ally were lucky enough to lock in the Britannia first. So you can see this idyllic landscape, and you can see those barns, and these beautiful archers. Just that's where they belong, right? So yeah, this is so we hold this foresty side of the map. The Battle of Canal, the map is right. So let me pause for a while, so you can see those new trebuchets charging in. But anyway, let me go through my front line first. So yeah, before this game there was a lot of mind games, right? So we locked in Britannia, so I guess the guys might have thought, maybe we are going cavalry heavy, and I thought, oh yeah, I can, trick Turin and other guys who are playing greenskins. By the way, you can see their masses on the hill. We can trick them into thinking that we will play cavalry, and so we brought like no cavalry, almost, right? Except for this, beautiful green guy right there, right? I guess, yeah, looks awesome. Anyway, so I have a front line here of 4 units of archers, right? So I have 2 with pox arrows and 2 regular ones, and I have 1 unit of spirit arms. They'll be, my ironclad up front, right? So presumably his forces will just hit those guys, and while the main infantry will help. And then I have 2 units of these Fusquires, right? So these guys look gorgeous, right? And look at those epic haircuts and the mustache and screaming faces and everything. And then I brought this new unit. So as you can guess, guys, this is all happening in the new DLC. And I really wanted to try out those new field trebuchets, so blast field trebuchet. It costs 900, a bit pricey, but I really wanted to test drive, and god, it looks gorgeous. Look at that bell thingy up front, right? And this sack of holy water getting ready to be thrown. So yeah, and then I have on each flank I have a unit of battle pilgrims. Again, these guys have frenzy, so this is your basically savage orcs or forsaken, presumably. The armor is not great though. I mean, maybe more like flagellants, right? And then on each flank I have spearmen at arms with shields, right, just to protect from his cavalry harass. And then my lord, or should I say my lady, is Fey Enchantress, whom I forgot to put on a mount. I thought I put her on a unicorn. She has only 1 possible mount, but I forgot. Look at her. Wow, she looks gorgeous with her eyes shining. And then of course I just could not bring this dude. Oh, he looks gorgeous. He's so expensive, 2400, but I mean, I had to bring him, right? And then I have only 1 unit of calf, so I figured the orcs, the greenskins, will bring a lot of infantry. So I'll bring this new, look at that, guys, anti-infantry. So they have a big bonus versus infantry, I believe. So, the Questing Knights, I don't know, it says anti-infantry, but it doesn't really say that they have bonus anti-infantry. Alright, I'm all confused. Anyhow, so I was hoping that these guys will do some good work. So I hit them in the forest. And yeah, my ally here, he has a front line of, well, welcome these guys. Cost 100, right? Look at those guys. Look at this speed. I mean, dude, you couldn't have taken like a hammer. Really, anything would be better than this stupid speed, but well, whatever. This is how they roll. So yeah, so 4 of those units, and then he has 2 men-arms, polearms, and then 2 Fusquires. Then in terms of leadership, he has the Damsel of Life. He has who is this? Of course, Relique, right? So that's it. And then he has, well, who could have known, right? So actually I didn't see that my ally was also bringing Green Knight, but probably I would have brought mine anyway, just because it looks so cool. And then he also has this a unit of Pegasus Knights, the regular ones, not the royal ones. So these guys don't look as awesome. They don't have the flaming swords. And he has the Lord and, well, these guys, right? Royal Hippogriff Knights. So these guys are just tanks. Each of them has 114 damage, right? And yeah, armor piercing. So yeah, these guys are awesome versus the greenskins. Now look at this, right? So look at this green tide. Oh my god. So yeah, we were actually not outnumbered. Oh, I thought we were outnumbered. Well, we have more troops. Okay, so this is Turin himself in front of me, right? So these are my forces, the yellow ones. This is Turin on the right flank. So he has, Orc Boar Boys. He was big guns, right? Anti-large. So he was clearly expecting the calf. And yeah, later he actually explained that he was expecting like the Death Star build. He didn't expect archers. And because of this, he brought, look at that, all the front line, 4 units of Savage Orcs, actually Savage Big Guns, again, anti-calf, right? And these big guns, regular big guns in front, 2 units. And then his lord is actually Warzak on his beautiful painted boar, right? And then he has 3 units of archers. So of course I didn't see the rusty arrows because they were hidden. And he has the broken tusk small. So just to support. And then Tokshen here on this flank, he has a more orthodox maybe army because, well, he brought a spider, the Ragnarok Queen. I don't know, was it like a memory of good old days when the maternal instinct ability was really strong, but maybe he just wanted to still try this guy out. And he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of Savage Orcs, an Orc Shaman, right? And he has Grimgor Ironhide himself, right? So look at this guy going to battle in all those trees. Yeah, he's gonna have fun. And then on the left flank, actually wrapping around, he has Broken Tusk Mob and just Orc Boar Boy B-Guns. So clearly the guys were expecting a lot of cavalry from us, but we didn't bring any, right? So almost didn't bring any. Okay, let's see how it goes. So I immediately start bombarding his what's that? Big guns, Orc big guns, Boar big guns with my Blessed Trebuchet, but then I quickly switch to this big blob in the middle, right? So there go my shots, and I was expecting so much, and such a poor hit. Anyway, because they have an arc of fire, I thought I can just position them, into this nice pocket so that the cavalry will be protected. I mean, I'll protect myself from the left flank from his cavalry. And anyway, so of course he doesn't see my archers, and now they start firing. And my ally smartly pulls a little bit back because Tokshen was actually unlucky and Turin was very antsy. He decided just to, charge me head on. Well, let's see. My archers just start to unleash the arrows on him, and 2 units are poisoned, right? And yeah, so big guns and the Savage Orcs, of course, they don't have any shields, so that is really bad for him. But yeah, and here go the clashes, right? So first of all, of course, I have the pole arms, and they will not do so well, right? Look at those arrows. Oh, they look nice. Look at this emerald patch. Cool. Okay, so yeah, I cannot remember the names yet of. So the foot squires are joining in the battle. So he doesn't have any armor piercing, right? Per se, except for the big guns. So my foot squires will be actually very good. Their armor is 70. Their leadership is high yet, and as you can see, this is just a straight clash. So 1-on-1, and of course this spearman arms got dumpstered, but because they took the charge, my foot squires are basically untouched, both units. So look, these big guns are basically wrapped up, these big guns are wrapped up, and now I switch my archers to attack his rusty arrows because these guys are really dangerous, and look how quickly they melt. Oh my god, this is just a couple volleys and they're almost gone. And here come the Green Knight, right? And now I see that the center is pretty much collapsing, so I decided to pull out my Question Knights, but actually at the same time, I believe he didn't see that coming, but Turin decided to pull his cavalry around that flank, and his cavalry is all anti-large, and my cavalry is not, they're just anti-infantry. So I think what I should have done is I should have just, put this knight right here, through the middle. Look, they will just completely destroy this, big guns because they're almost dead, and killed his goblin archers. But I was very single-minded. I just decided to charge. I think that was a big mistake. I should not have done this. I should have gone through the center. Meanwhile, my ally is taking the brunt of this assault, and you can see Tokshen is very smartly putting his cavalry, enveloping the left flank, and you can see this Tokshen is going right for this Grail Relic, and it's taking huge beating. And for now, you know, the units are standing, but they will be activated very soon, right? And yeah, and of course this is very unlucky for me. So it looks like you know, in the connection point between you know, my right flank and my left flank, there was a gap, and I only have one unit spearman at arms, and now all those units actually they can penetrate and cause havoc in my backline. But anyway, let's go back to the, you know, to the fight. So my archers are working just admirably well, and I get the charge on Question Knights, but I got immediately jumped on by these Orc Boar Boys, Orc Boar Boy B-guns. You can see they're chasing, and I just cannot escape, because I can, if I escape, you know, they will charge my archers. And this was another big mistake. Look at that. Look at this guy. It racked up 20 kills, and I completely forgot about it. I was thinking that it still, you know, goes in a nice arc, but it just hits hitting the trees. Well, that shot is, you know, lucky to come through. What I should have done is that I should have targeted this guy right here. As you can see, as you will see later, it will be even, you know, even more important. But anyway, more than half actually of the shots are hitting the tree line now, so that's not good. And you can see my Question Knights are getting dumpstered, so I try to heal them as quickly as possible, because they're attacked now by the Orc Boars and the 2 units of Goblin Big Bosses. And you can see like all kinds of nasty stuff going on, and I cast the Awakening of the Wood, and actually I managed to wrap up this side of the flank. So you can see here there is no one on the left side, so I feel pretty secure. And yeah, some of my units are regrouping, and I should have, you know, I will return them to the fight shortly. So yeah, let's go back. And then yeah, you can see this broken tusk mob. It cannot be committed yet, but I managed to wrap up this flank, mostly due to terror. And I think Greenskins will struggle to fight the Green Knight. Look, he just comes, hits the Goblin Big Boss one time, and he's out already. So it leaves this, you know, this Goblin Boss exposed, and I try to smack him. But then I notice on the right hand flank that actually, right hand side, that the things are starting to go really bad for, you know, for my ally. So look, unfortunately he had his lord, you know, basically mobbed. Again, if only I switched my trebuchet right here. Look at the juicy, nice blob, no trees, no nothing, only this hut, but you know, they will just shoot right over it. And you know, now the Savage Orcs start to penetrate. This guy is ready to penetrate on the right hand side, and my Fey Enchantress is not committed yet. I mean, she's not a, you know, she's not supposed to be fighting, I guess, in melee, but I feel like, you know, now these Savage Orcs are trying to catch my archers, and I really don't want them to be caught, because they've been doing really well. So I have to commit my Fey Enchantress to intercept with Savage Orc B-guns. And here, yeah, it's not looking too great. Of course, this Royal Hippogriff Knights, they just only have 7 kills yet, so it's, I guess, a little bit underperforming. They should really be on this, you know, spider. And anyway, now this side is not looking too hot for me. Let's go back. Yeah, so I intercept these orcs and I start to, you know, pour fire on them. And there we go. Savage Orcs are attacking my Spearman at Arms. And I still managed, you know, I really want to get his leadership now. So I see Warzak is, you know, running here alone. But here come the Broken Tusk Mob, and I just start to pepper them with my archers. But Turin is so on top. Look at that. He you know, charges my archers in the back with his, you know, remnants of Savage Orc Big Guns. Well, but they actually get routed. And then I see his Goblin Big Boss starting to take damage from my Fey Enchantress. But here comes the Broken Tusk Mob. Actually, in this case, it's good that she's not on a horse, because, you know, they have the bonus anti-large, they'll just kill her. Anyway, too long it's, you know, been since I discovered my, you know, Spearman at Arms. It's been a while. Again, and what looked like a definitely one battle for me on the left-hand side now looks very grim. And on the right-hand side, you can see, is just havoc. Like, my, unfortunately, my allies' forces just completely disintegrated, and there is this huge blob in which there is just basically indestructible Green Knight, because, you know, you need magic damage to kill him, and this poor you know, Grail Relic still there. Oh, I'm surprised. Okay, yeah, it was replenished. It's, okay, it was replenished. And then Pegasus Knights, 21 kills, not so impressive. Again, one more time, Just, dude, why did not... when looking at this replay, I was so mad at myself. Just a couple shots there. It only has 26 kills, so maybe for the past 5 minutes it only managed to rack up like 6 kills. Through the tree line, you can see, it's such a waste. I completely, wasted this unit of trebuchet. But anyway, let's go back to the battle bubble. So I'm hunting his big bosses, but they keep coming back. I have no idea how that happens. Meanwhile, my questing knights actually, have been performing really well. So you can see they're charging in those, savage orcs and just hitting them. Wow, look at that. This was a great charge in the back. So, how many kills do they have? They have 100 kills already. So actually very happy, given that they were slaughtered in the beginning by the orc big guns. And look at that, it's terror out again. And here comes the foot of Gork, and it misses completely. I don't know what Turin was trying to do. Maybe he was trying to get my Green Knight. I guess it would have worked, but unluckily for him, his Savage Orc started to flee and we just started to chase them. And I forget about my Fey Enchantress and she gets jumped on. And my ally forces completely get mobbed here. And look at the Arachnoid Spider is still half health. The Shaman is untouched. And just there is so much infantry left. And the progress bar is tilting, very much in favor of our opponents. Look at this, we have less than 300 units. Yeah, but nonetheless, I decided to regroup on the left flank, and I put my, remaining troops here, and I put my bowmen here, and Turin doesn't have much left here. So I have a pretty healthy Fey Enchantress still, and the terror-causing Green Knight, who is impossible to kill because no orc units are doing the ethereal damage. And I managed to single out the Wurzak. And he gets a nice slap on the ass, and he's less than half health. So I actually feel like I can do this. But here come the Orc Boar big guns from the back and attack my peasant bowman. And I don't know how, but Wurzak has 77 speed now. I mean, of course, he's a Force Seeker, but still, I have 84, and I'm not able to catch up to him. And he comes, and Turin is so on top of Micro here. He manages to catch my lord with his goblin big boss, and now she's poisoned. And here comes the Wurzak and the other big boss whom I routed earlier and who didn't flee. My allies Green Knight is doing a great job, basically terror routing like 7 units at the same time. But bad news for me. You can see my field trebuchet. It's there is a spider nearby. All this army that freed up now from Tokshen is just coming and collapsing on me, and this is really this is terrible. Now I think I realize that I'm doomed here, and I managed to shatter lots of his units actually, and Turin by the time only had basically broken tusk mob that had like 372 health. So I felt like I could have taken my side of the battle, but unfortunately I have no power whatsoever to fight against 2 forces collapsing, and especially now that I don't have any archers. You can see the Arachnoid Queen, making a quick work of my trebuchet, and this freaking slippery Wurzak manages to escape me again. And you can see a really nice play by Tokshen. So of course, if my Green Knight is given free reign, he can just chase Wurzak and the Greenskin leadership indefinitely. But Tokshen brings his broken tusk mob here, and my Green Knight, he doesn't have a mass to pull through. So you can see I managed to get out right before he attacked me, and I just put some meat bags, and I really tried. My only hope here is to kill Wurzak. At least to rout Turin's units. And there we go, nice hit, but now I'm completely enveloped. And he also kills my Fey Enchantress. How dare he? Alright, he killed a woman. This is a grudge. Anyway, my Green Knight now. Another clever play by Turin. I completely forgot about this effigy of the Git, and you can see I'm using my Dolores Blade, who has a huge cooldown, by the way. Anyway, I'm just trying to do my best, and I'm trying to pull out, but this guy, he doesn't have a big mass. I don't know if it's the case for all the ethereal units. I cannot pull out, right? And basically he routed all my remaining units. And you can see we managed to kill basically almost all Turin's forces, me and my ally, but Tokshen is still here, and look at that poor Green Knight. Covered, he's not actually that green anymore, he's like covered in gore and blood and everything. Oh, poor guy, look at that. And I really tried to pull out, and I'm really close, but I mean, this is Tokshen after all, right? So he brings his Night Goblins on this side, he sees what I'm trying to do, and he just collapses on me. And here I realize that there is simply no way I'll make it out. If I go this way, I will find a spider there, right? And again, Tokshen is really smart. He doesn't want to commit his spider, because spider will take a beating from the Green Knight. But why, if you have so many troops, right? And now I realize I have no choice but just, to sit and fight. Again, Green Knight is doing a great job terrorizing some of the Savage Orcs, and my only hope is here. So my ally is trying to reform his flanks, and he still has the Damsel of Life, who can probably heal his units. You can see they are nowhere near the healing cap, and he does cast the the Earth Blood upgraded, but he's just sitting there for a moment. And probably if he collapsed on the back of these units, it would have been a little bit better for my Green Knight. Actually, I have no idea what happened to his Green. Ah, yeah, he's still there. So he has a healthy Green Knight, and probably it would have been better not to chase these guys. They're just lonely, they will flee anyway. But to try and attack here. So kill the Orc Shaman, Orc Leadership, kill Wargzak, or, just these guys. They will run away, the Savage Orcs, really quickly. Look at these guys, for example. They have 22 leadership. Just the one side of this Green Knight, who is, managing to terrorize the Orc Boy B-guns right there. Just one side of him would just instantly terror out half the army, I guess. Look at this. My Green Knight is doing great. He terrorized several units already, but now he's down to 361 health, and yeah, it doesn't look good. Where is it? There he is. Look at that mob. They're asking him some questions. He's a very popular figure. Everybody wants to touch him, looks like. Yeah, and here I almost managed to pull out. Yes, and just one Savage Orc between me and freedom. And can I pull out? Can I? Look at that. I'm so close. If I can run, I'll get Wargzak. No. Tokshen is being so mean again. He just, comes here, and there goes my Green Knight. Look at that poor horsey. Look at this. I was so sad. Poor Green Knight. He's ethereal. Why is he still laying down? I thought like he would just disintegrate or disappear. That's the drone view of the battlefield. Look at this. And this huge 8-legged monster that the spider is. And look at these brave forces of Britannia. Yep, you can see them. Wow, these guys are all covered in blood. How many kills did they get? I were 18. What? What were they killing? Bags full with blood? I don't know. Anyway, guess who will win in this encounter? I think that odds are a little bit in favor of the greenskins, and there we go. So my ally cleverly tries to put the Green Knight up front because he'll never rout himself, but beautiful play from Turin, of course, the effigy of the gift. And here come the fanatics smacking those men-in-arms, and here comes the spider. Despite this guy's being anti-large, they'll just terror out. And there we go, and yep. These Royal Hippogriff Knights, they didn't even land a hit. And again, what do we see? A repetition of the same old thing. So there is a Green Knight who will stand here forever and fight, but probably we don't need to look at that, right? I mean, yeah, not for kids. Let's just observe the beautiful landscape and the foreign. I'm just kidding. Let's go back. So here is the Green Knight, and he's been just mobbed. And the spider comes, and he has 470. And the spider comes again, and thinks, oh my god. Poor guy. I'll just fast forward, guys, because you know how this ends, right? You know how this ends. This poor Green Knight. Well, he fought valiantly. And that's it. So it was a valiant defeat at least, you know, against such two great players as Turin and Tokshen. I would take that as a compliment to our abilities. So what happened in this game is just basically me and Turin, we killed each other, right? Look at these guys, 171 kills, this is impressive, and these guys racked up almost 250 kills, oh my god. I must have mismicroed my units horribly. Warzak didn't do too much, you know, from this, judging by this screen, but he casted this, you know, vital effigy of the Git so many times, as you've seen during the battle. His cavalry, I think, underperformed because, well, it faced, you know, spears a lot. And for me, again, big, I think, error on my part was trebuchet. And then archers did okay. 30 kills is not as many, but they were shooting at the cavalry a lot. So a lot of cavalry went down due to the archer fire, and they completely shot down the rusty arrows. As you can see, this is an expensive unit, so I was happy about this. And my question knights, actually, you know, I think I misused them because they had to fight the cavalry, but they also did quite well. And the rest of my infantry didn't do that great. Probably these guys had chevrons before, so yeah. And the battle pilgrims, it was my first battle actually with the new Britannia, so I still was, you know, I'm basically a baby, just, you know, stumbling around with the new units trying to figure them out. Yeah, the Green Knight, it had the 3 chevrons already. Anyway, 82 kills, not that bad. And yeah, my allied Peluca here, his Green Knight did 46 kills. Yeah, and then Pegasus Knights did so-so, and the infantry corps just didn't play out. The Fusquires with only 43 kills, and yeah, those peasant mob, well, they're a mob. I told you those spades will not do. Why would you even bring them to a knife fight? Well, whatever. I guess, yeah, he was just unlucky. He was wrapped up very quickly by Tokshen, and you can see Tokshen had almost no losses, right? So look at his orcs, savage orcs, and unfortunately my ally didn't have any arrows. So if he had archers, probably he would just, you know, slaughtered these guys. And yeah, the cavalry did okay, and the spider did really well. Look at this Night Goblin Fanatic, 111 kills. The leadership didn't do that well, but what a havoc. Yeah, anyway, you can see Turin lost about 80% of his army, and Tokshen only, what, less than a third. While me, I was almost slaughtered. Well, anyway, yeah, 93 guys remaining. Yeah, it was a great experience, and yeah, of course I learned a lot. And probably with a better micro, I would have wrapped my flank. I still would have stand no chance, you know, against Tokshen because his units were so healthy coming from that fight. But anyhow, it was a fun battle. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I'll see you next time. Have fun.